guys, Sith Lord Nation in the house. And I don't know what everybody's problem with this movie is, but I thought it was pretty damn good. I thought it was pretty good. A lot better than the first one. You know, not that the first one sucked or anything, but my son loved this one, and I took him to it, and this was his second movie we took him to. We had a blast. We had a good time. I couldn't even get my son to go to bed the night before. He wanted to go to sleep with all his ninja weapons. Then once he put his pajamas on, he thought it was time for karate. It was all over with. Then when we got to the theater, he had his big drink there. He had all his turtle gear on. I mean, we loved it. I love all of them. But my main one is Raphael. You guessed it. Raphael. I love Raphael. He is so freaking cool. And this movie made me respect him even more. Just his whole attitude and his demeanor and his size. You know, like I said, all the turtles, you know, were good. And the relationship, you know, that Raphael and Leonardo had was really good. The way they would bicker back and forth. And just the chemistry between all four turtles, especially between Raph and Leo. You know, they got that whole beef right. So that was very exciting to see. And speaking of Leonardo, the director of this movie must have been studying a whole lot of samurai movies or something, because Leonardo was kind of beefed up in this. You know, just from the way he was examining and sharpening his swords and everything, and you know, it was just, I was like, damn, Leo. And there was even a scene, well, I'm hoping not trolling into spoiler territory here, but I'm just going to say this one thing. There was a scene where Raphael and Leonardo are talking, and, and while Raphael's talking to Leonardo, he's, you know, practicing his sword fighting, just in the midst of him talking. And I'm like, holy shit. And just, it felt so real, and it was real looking, and it was crazy. And you know, the way they acted, you know, they were acting like from the beginning of the movie until the very end. They were actually acting like teenagers. You know, they were doing stuff that teenagers do. And like I said, no spoilers. I liked Bebop and Rocksteady. When I first saw them, the little kid in me just came out, and it was just like, oh, there's Bebop and Rocksteady, you know, and that little kid in me just came right out. And you know, they got it straight from the cartoon. I wasn't really too convinced that this was a Casey Jones. I didn't really feel like he was a Casey Jones. I didn't really feel like Stephen Amell was a Casey Jones that I grew up with. You know, the gritty and rugged looking and just out for justice. You know, I didn't feel like this was this guy. It's like Stephen Amell just, you know, was just some guy with a hockey mask on for one scene. That's another thing too. He didn't even wear the hockey mask all the time. He wore it for one scene, and that's it, I guess, so we can see Stephen Amell's face. The Casey Jones back in the early 80s, late 80s, early 90s, 1990, the first movie. You know, I bought into that character of Casey Jones more than this one. The relationship he had with April, that was more believable because it felt more real. At first they don't like each other, then they would bicker back and forth, and he saves her ass a couple of times, and you got a chance to see the relationship build and grow. And that way, when they finally do get together, it's just like, okay, about time. We saw that coming. But you buy into it more because they've had time to build on it instead of it being just there and with no explanation and no other rhyme or reason other than the fact that what he looks like. Stephen Amell's cute, I guess.
Oh my gosh, he looked at me. Hi, Casey.
I still like the Shredder. Even though they didn't show much of him in the movie, I still liked him. His presence was still so menacing, and just even when he was just walking, Odokosaki. Krang, I really liked the design of Krang. I really liked the way he looked. And like I said, no spoilers. I'm trying not to get too far into it. I'm just telling you what I liked about it and what I thought about this movie. I thought it was great. And like I said, the whole movie was entertaining as hell. And, just to share my excitement, during a scene in the movie, Raph and the Turtles are in the Turtle Van, as you saw in the trailer, when they're, chasing the Foot Clan down the street on a motorcycle. You are a badass when you're in the middle of a high-speed chase and, tensions are already high and you're just in the back, just hitting a speed bag. Oh, gosh. Oh, I love Raphael so much. So, my grade for Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, I'm giving a 9.10 out of Starship. Oh, shit. 10 Starship. 9 out of 10 Starship. 9 out of 10 Starships. That's what you get. That's what you get, buddy, even though you deserve more. And I would have gave a higher grade if it had not been for Casey Jones. Like I said, that was the only down part that I can see about this movie, was they didn't utilize Casey to his full potential. And I don't really feel like he was a Casey Jones. I just felt like he was just a guy with a hockey mask on for a split second and, helped April out. That's it. He was just some guy. He wasn't Casey Jones. And before I forget, I do want to mention one other thing. Another point where in the movie I'm calling bullshit, because there was a point in time that Casey got knocked down, or I'm just going to call him Stephen Amell. There was a point in the movie Stephen Amell got knocked down and got right back up. No, he should have been fucking dead. Also happy with the Foot Clan being ninjas. Even though they still got their asses kicked, they were ninjas. Not robots, but still. They were ninjas. They were entertaining, even though the Turtles weren't there. But once the Turtles got there, they were going to get their asses kicked. They were still entertaining before the Turtles got there, doing all the ninja moves and ninja stuff and ninja crap. So, if you viewed, like, share, don't forget to check out my Facebook page, Escape Reality Art. Check out some cool artwork, and I will be posting more artwork on there as soon as possible on Facebook and on Instagram. So be sure to check out both and follow me if you like. I'm going to get out of here. Me and Raph are going to get out of here. Love Raphael so much. Love it. Turtle power.